Yeah, I felt some type of way about being a dark skinned individual. Um, it was, and I noticed that it felt like that the light skinned people were treated better than dark skinned people. You know, moving to the South, you get to see all that kind of shit. But since I was dark skinned, I was, felt like, okay, you ain't shit. It's not what they say, it's the actions behind how they feel. And, the way I was conceived and this and that, they really treated me like shit. And, um, like I said about my hair, I don't have bad hair. My hair is very wavy and it's soft, wavy, curly. But it was and long, but it was just the fact that if it wasn't straight, oh, you just got that big ass head, all that stuff I internalized. I internalized being dark skinned. When I was a teenager, I wanted to bleach my skin to be light skinned because I know I'd be treated better. Because I saw how my light skinned cousins were treated, so I felt very ugly. Okay. On top of that, I wanted to stay skinny. I wasn't really big back then, but being a teenager, going through changes and stuff like that, I began to eat. And, I was putting on a little weight, but it wasn't like, damn, girl, you 500 pounds. And then, you got critical family members be like, oh, you eat that candy bar, you go gain weight, you go be big as Rhonda. That was the joke back in the day. So, I really didn't care for those kind of jokes, to be honest. So, with that being said, I had all that stuff going on, all that anger, on top of a lot of other things, a lot. And I'm still contemplating on, am I going to put this on video or not? But I've been through a lot of shit. It affected my grades. It affected my self-esteem. And I wasn't happy with myself because I wanted to be somebody else. So I was very, very critical of myself. I was very critical. Um, did at that time I was religious, thinking Jesus was the answer to everything. But I'm a thinker, and I sit back and I think about shit. But when as I got older, in my 20s, late 20s, I got to thinking, and I was like, wait a minute, shit here isn't right. I see how I'm being used because I'm good with saving money. I'm good with using money. And people will use me to get what they want, but then at the same time, they misuse me. And I can't remember what point in time where I just said, you know what, something here is just isn't right, and I need to get myself together. I remember saying that, but I don't know if I saw a video clip or I read something about self-esteem and like saying affirmations to bring your self-esteem up and this and that. But I remember doing this back in February of 2006, no, 2005, I believe. Was it 2005? It may have been February 6, 2005. I started doing affirmations. That was the hardest thing to do. It was the hardest thing to do, to look at yourself in the mirror and say that you're beautiful, to say that you're awesome, to say that you're great, to say that you're a good person, to say that you're intelligent. That ego was saying, girl, shut the fuck up lying. But I almost quit, but I kept on going. I kept going. I didn't stop. But it was a fucking struggle. I tell you that. It was a fucking struggle. That shit was a struggle. I did it. I did it. I want to say within about, gosh, maybe 4 or 5 months, I started getting more comfortable with saying my affirmations, looking in the mirror. I started getting more comfortable by just writing, writing new ones and just saying them. Because then, they say 21 days start a habit. And, I guess 21 days start a new mindset. So, I did it. And I mean, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. To me, self-love is a ongoing process to where you're going to have to do this for the rest of your life. You just don't do this and then stop. This is something that goes on for the rest of your living days on this physical plane. Um, okay, so when I did it, I felt crazy. I felt like shit. Okay, that's okay. And then, things started to change. Things really, 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 truly started to change for me. And I like those changes. And I was like, wow, things are really changing for me. And, people didn't like that. Especially family members. They didn't like to see that change. Because there was an incident where I was in my early 20s. I was still living at home. And, how you look at Creflo Dollar or whatever, and they tell you, something about your self-esteem, you hold your head up high, you think a certain way. Oh, yeah, I did it, and I felt good. I felt good about myself. I felt great. I was like, yes. Family didn't like that. You know what they did? They brought up something in my past that I've done, and it brought my spirits back down. It brought me so low, I was back where I started. Motherfuckers do not like to see you change, especially for the best. I noticed that, and I was like, wow, these dirty motherfuckers. Mm. Anyway, I was like, you know what? I'm going to change, and if they don't like it, fuck them. Oh, wow. The change was profound, and the people were too. I could do like maybe 5 or 6 videos on the shit that I've been through, and I think I may do that. Just break that shit up. I may have to start doing it on my computer because my damn phone act like it don't have no memory, but it got all this fucking memory on it. But anyway, yeah, it was a trip. Okay. So like I said, I did the affirmations and everything, and I'm cool with that. I was glad I did it. And I started changing. And the game that family was running, they couldn't run it no more because I stopped their ass in their tracks. I'm an outspoken person, and I'm a very blunt person. And I got back to where I used to be. And I was like, oh, hell no. I even got my mom in check because she would use God and Jesus as her weapon, to try to shut somebody down. And I turned around and shut her ass down because I wasn't going for that. Hey, the new me is coming out. Didn't like that shit. So I am beginning to like myself and all. And I know I'm going to have to make this video a little short. But to fast forward, I got rid of the relaxer. I said, you know what? Something is telling me do not relax your hair no more. And I believe in the ancestors. And I believe it was my great-grandmother. Because she didn't like the chemicals in my head anyway when she was living. She did not like that shit. Because she's like, you got such good grade of hair. You don't need that shit in your head. So I got it out. This is my 3rd year, I believe. My 3rd year of not having any chemicals in my head. And I'm happy about that because, for one thing, with hearing it from my ancestors and then looking at it, was almost like something was telling me, don't do this. Because I would be on Facebook and they would talk about the effect of the chemicals on your hair, what it does to your brain, what it does to your pineal gland, what it starts fibroid tumors and shit. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm being warned to stop using this shit because something is going to happen to me. And it's possible. But I'm going to tell you, it's a struggle. Self-love. It's a struggle. Because when I stopped using the relaxer, my new growth was coming in. It was very wavy and stuff. And, like I said, my hair is very long. And then, as the hair starts growing out and, the curl pattern is coming back, my hair draws up. And it looked like it's short. So I was really going through with that. Another thing, I used to drink beer a lot. I had stopped smoking. I was like, no, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with no lung cancer, so I don't even smoke. So I was done with that shit long time ago. Okay, with the drinking, I didn't drink a whole lot. I probably would drink on the weekend. You know, my days off, I drink a couple beers or whatever, and be a weekend. Okay, I noticed for a while I started getting sick. I drink a beer or whatever. Let's say I drink a beer Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have the worst headache in the world. I noticed I was out of breath. I noticed that when I walked, it felt like my heart was hurting, my legs were hurting, like my lower legs, they were hurting real bad, like a burning feeling. And I was a little heavier. And I was like, you know what? I got to stop drinking because this shit is really killing me. It's making me sick. So I had to stop doing that. It's been a year and I feel better. I get out my car, I can walk to work. I'm not tired. I'm not gasping for air. I don't have to worry about headaches. So, hey, I'm cool with that. So I had to let that go. And I love drinking. I enjoy drinking beer. Beer coolers. I enjoyed that. But I had to let it go. And I'm cool with it. Another thing I had to let go was family members. I had to let them go. They were very, very toxic. They're not serving me. I mean, you have to block on Facebook, everything. Like, if I told you what my mom did to me, and I told a few people, them motherfuckers was mad. They was ready to fuck her up. And I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have told them what she did. But, it did fuck me up. And what a cousin of mine did to me, it fucked me up. How they lied on me and then spread rumors and then turned everybody against me. I said, you know what? It's time for me to go on my own journey and do what the fuck I gotta do. There's no point of trying to reconcile with this family. They're very toxic. And I'm looking, and at the same time, I'm looking forward to changing and being a new person, being a better person than what I was, loving myself more, thinking outside the box, get out of that religious bullshit and everything. And if that means I had to let the family go, there it is. That was a way to get away from family. At the time when it happened, it was very painful. But now it's been almost 4 years ago. I've gotten over it, and I've forgiven myself. I've forgiven myself for a lot of stuff, and to me, that's part of self-love. I don't forgive others. I forgive myself because we do get that warning about different things. We get that warning. We actually get the warning about stuff. We do. And if we don't listen to those warnings, then shit happens. I didn't listen to the warnings and shit happened. So I had to forgive myself for not heeding to the warnings that were presented to me. I wouldn't be in a lot of shit if I had to listen. Now I know. So self-forgiveness is a major part of self-love. You better believe that shit. Your self-talk is important, and forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and accepting yourself, accepting your good, your bad, your flaws, all that. That is a major part of self-love, and that's something that I had to learn, and I'm still doing each and every day. Self-love is not a 12-step program. It is not a thing that, oh, I could do this in 20 days, or I could do this by the time I turn 50, I'm straight. No, this is a ongoing process, and it is for me. And like I said, it's getting better for me. It just getting better for me because I had to let those people go. They were close family members. My own mom, my brother. Oh, come on. I had to let them go. If I had to let them go, I got to let them go. Sorry, Nara. But with my past and everything that happened in my past, I have to let them go. And I'm cool with that because I have peace. I can do what I want to do now. And don't have to feel condemned. Don't have to feel ashamed. Don't have to hear, well, if I was you, I would do this. I don't even have to hear them holler, can I borrow $20? I ain't got to hear none of that shit. Because I don't fool with them like that. That could have made me a very bitter person. It could have made me a very hateful person. But it did the opposite because I would not allow it. I would not allow it. And Sky Blue, yes, I'm going to do a lot more videos. I'm going to do videos on things that you asked for. And hopefully, a lot of the things that I said in this video covered what you asked me to talk about. And I appreciate you being a subscriber. And I appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you very much. But yeah, self-love, that is it's a process that you have to go through. I mean, and it made me feel like, dang, am I an angel or something? Or am I some kind of goddess that I don't know about? Because I went through the ringer a lot of shit. And what made me really calm down about the stuff that happened to me in the past is that people have went through worse things than I have. If you're going to use the law of relativity, people have been through way worse shit than I've been through. I have not told you all the things that I've been through, but there are people who have been through way worse things. And I'm like, and if they can have a positive attitude, if they can forgive, and they can live life, a productive life, why can't I? I can live a productive life. The thing about it is, people didn't want to see me do well. They saw I had the potential to do well, to be a successful person, to be an entrepreneur. They saw that. Even my mom, she saw the potential that I have. She didn't want me to succeed. Or they didn't want me to succeed. And they tried to crush me. But with all that crushing, I said, no, I'm going to step up above this shit. And I did. And I did. And I know that anyone else can do the same thing. But what I'm going to do is I am going to try to be more open about the things that I went through because I know other people went through the same thing or worse. And they need somewhere, they need to learn how to cope with it. I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy coping with this shit. It took years to finally try to get over things and try to see the light and all. Because when you have family, you would think that, hey, family ain't going to do you like that. Family's not going to do you wrong. Bullshit. They will fuck you up. And I had to learn that. They will fuck you up and fuck you over. I had to learn all that shit. But that's okay. Every day I'm getting over this stuff. Like I said, self-forgiveness. You got to talk good to yourself. You got to love yourself, honor yourself, talk good about yourself. Do for yourself. I didn't say you can't do for other people. I can't say you can't help other people. But you got to think about yourself. Yourself comes first. But people will say yourself comes last. No. However you treat yourself is how others going to treat you. So if you treat yourself like you worthless piece of shit, guess what? The next person that comes in your life is going to treat you like a worthless piece of shit. And if you treat yourself well and somebody try to come and treat you like you're a worthless piece of shit, you're going to check their ass. And you're going to dismiss their ass. And they'll never be able to come in your circle again and treat you like a worthless piece of shit. Because it's not going to happen. Now I'm going to cut this video off because I know I've been talking long. I know I should say a whole lot more than what I'm saying. But like I said, we all got to come to terms that, hey, I gotta think about me. I gotta take care of me. I've been taking care of everybody else, but at the same time, everybody else is treating me bad, treating me like shit, hurting my feelings, dogging me out, using me, talking about me behind my back. It's time to let them motherfuckers go. It's time to you say good things about yourself. It's time for you to forgive yourself and shit for what you've done and stop letting people manipulate you. So, yeah, I've let a lot of people alone. And you know what? People don't understand that shit. They like, she don't even talk to us no more. She don't even fuck with us no more. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with me? No, what's wrong with you? I'm not gonna allow you to treat me like shit anymore. So guess what? You on your own. You on your fucking own. So, good luck. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. And I don't know, I may do a part 2 about the self-love, I may not. Self-love or not enough self-love. You know, you got people who dress a certain way because they looking for attention and they're not paying themselves any attention. They want attention from the outside. We're not taught to take care of ourselves, attend to ourselves, and listen to the things that we say about ourselves. We wasn't taught that. And when somebody give you a compliment or whatever, you gotta fuck it up with, no, I'm not, no, I'm okay. You say, oh man, that was genius what you did. Oh, that was okay. It wasn't nothing. Shut the fuck up and just say thank you and keep it moving. That's all you gotta do is say thank you and keep it moving. You ain't got to go through all that fucking rigmarole. Just say thank you. Damn. And people piss me off when they do that shit. I be like, man, that was cool. What you did? Oh no, man, go suck a. Never mind. Self-love, y'all. Self-love. It's important. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you aware of yourself. And when you take care of yourself, you're able. When you love yourself, and you truly love yourself, you can receive love from others. And that's the truth. And I'll holler at you.